What is meditation versus what kind of meditation should I do? Because let's say you choose a meditation, and let's say that meditation, the kind of meditation, is okay, focus on the color blue, blue circle. And then you notice your mind going into forgetting about the color blue. So you start thinking, and then you're thinking, and then the thinker comes in and tries to control the thinking, saying, no time for you, focus on the color blue circle. That creates a dualistic mind, the controller and the controlled. The controller is the same, is the controlled. Taught is taught. Meditation is more about being aware of the whole thing, Jab here. The whole thing, being aware of the whole thing. A lot of people go out, let's say in India, and they go learn some kind of technique to meditate and to do all kinds of crazy stuff. And a lot of them, they supposedly, I don't know, this is what I heard, and it makes sense for me. They crack, they lose their mind, because it happened to me. When I was learning martial art, it's like the controller, my mind, was saying to another part of the mind, the thinking, the thinker was saying to the thinking, okay, it's time to focus now and visualize this or do that or do this, and I was getting real good at it. The controller was getting very, very strong, very, very strong. And what happens is that after a while, life is like, no, it doesn't work like that. The controller needs to be seen as a problem. So all of a sudden, life gives you a problem, and the controlling mind wants to get out of the problem, and you start to notice that the controlling mind to get out of the problem is the problem. So meditation itself is observing the whole thing, observing the disorder in the mind, observing the dualistic mind. I've been noticing that more and more now, that there's no conflict in my mind. Ah yes, there's still conflict, and there's still all kinds of stuff I gotta work on, or observe and let it melt away, observe the disorder so that order comes along. But if I compare it to 10 years ago, oh my God, it's like I'm working as one, instead of having a battle of thinking, the aggressive thoughts, and the aggressive controller, thinker, saying to the aggressive thoughts, stop and chill out, because that's what I wanted to do, is to chill out, and I couldn't. So I had to observe the disorder for order to come along. So thinking, then the thinker is just thoughts. We need to be aware of the thoughts. Non-judgmental awareness of what is dilutes and melts away the dualistic mind. So, beautiful day. Take a little cruise, a little walk. So the idea of pure focus is effortless. pure focus is effortless. And when you go and you listen to some people, let's say they say, okay, like this kind of meditation is, or this practice is super good for you. I used to use yoga as a suppressor, and now I use it to help heal my body and to attune to the awareness of myself. The awareness of myself, meaning when I go into yin yoga, it's such a subtle activity. You listen to the body's messages that it wants to release. You let the body release. And when you're doing that, it's easy for your mind to wander, which is all right. The wandering is all right. It's just the awareness of the wandering and coming back to the practice is what is important. And it's easy. I guess it can be done two ways: simply being aware and coming back, or kind of having this controlling mind that forces you to come back. I guess any activity, like even Olympians, like they focus so hard on their training. They're so good to focus, and once they win the gold medal, a lot of them fall into deep depression because they're meant to fall in deep depression because the controlling mind is meant to be seen, because we're not meant to live in a dualistic mind. I don't think we're meant to live in a dualistic mind. The controller and the controller are the same. They are one. Because meditation is not something that you go and you do, and then once it's done, then you keep on, you figure all about it, and you keep on your daily living. No, I see meditation as it's alive during the whole day. It's alive every second of the day. Every second of the day. And when you sit down in silence, or you do like yin, or you do yoga, or whatever it is that is such a simple activity, that from there you gather up strength to bring this meditation, this awareness of oneself in the whole day. So it's not like going to do something different than the day. It's just I see it as recharging. In my mornings, I charge up this awareness so that I can bring it in my whole day, and at nighttime I recharge before going to bed, because I want to go to bed with an empty plate, letting all of the ideas go. A lot of time it doesn't happen, but it gets close. And tuning in the body, the awareness of the body, and getting out of the mind, not forcefully, but just getting out of the mind. A lot of it. For a lot of people, life seems to be too busy. We're always with people. We're always with other people. We're always doing. It's like we're organizing our life to be so busy that we don't even have time to step back and see how we are doing. So take time to step back of your life. Step back. imagine when I was learning this martial art 15 years ago, I could focus so easily. All of a sudden, I would feel certain emotions, angry or whatever it was, and that felt bad, right? That felt bad. So all of a sudden my mind was like, I don't want to feel bad. So I know I can go and focus on this martial art, visualize it, or visualizing the two people sparring, or visualizing the form, or just going deep in meditation, deep in silence. It seems like it was a forced silence, something that I had, the I in the background, the controller in the background had it, this silence, this relaxation, this ability to focus. The controller got very powerful. And I tell you one thing, once I crashed and fell sick because I was suppressing so much of the emotions, and that was probably just one part of it. Some say I had Lyme's disease, and anyways, but once I fell into a deep shithole, basically, the controller, the violent mind, became a problem. It flipped on me. It's trying to control everything so that I can get out of my misery. So that's when I knew, I was like, I knew that was the problem, but you can't do much about it. I knew I just had to observe it, and let the demon melt away. Ask yourself, what is meditation, instead of what kind of meditation you want to do. I'm not saying it's bad to focus on certain things. I'm just saying, in the background, let's say you want to focus on affirmation and words, and to make you feel certain ways. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I do that. In the background, there's the real meditation, the awareness of the whole thing. The awareness of the whole thing. One guy I studied a lot is, I think he's dead now, but it's Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti. And you can watch part 1 and 2 of his meditation. He's on YouTube. Check him out. He really brings it clean cut. Makes you think and makes you realize certain things. And anyways, I enjoy listening to him. Okay, that's probably enough of videos. Okay, adios, amigos.